pub with no beer. Neither one of you know what it would be here. That's number one. Number two, we're not even a pub. So you know we can't be talking about us. In any case, though, a pub with no beer. This was written in the 1950s by an Australian singer about his local pub, because apparently one night it didn't have beer, and so he slandered them for the rest of eternity with this song. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all at the campfire's light, where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear as to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. The stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat. He breasts up into the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer as the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. All the dogs on the veranda for his master he waits, but the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog round a pub with no beer. All the swaggy comes in, he's all covered in flies. He throws down his roll, rubs the sweat from his eyes. Then he looks all around, he says, what's this I hear? I trudged 50 bloody miles for a pub with no beer. Old Billy the blacksmith rides home on his horse. The cops pull him over, but he's sober of course. He blows in the bag and they all shed a tear. It's no place for a booze up round a pub with no beer. Sure, Billy the blacksmith, first time in his life, has gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, you're early, my dear. Then he breaks down and he tells her, the pub's got no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all at the campfire's light, where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear as to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. That ran on Staten Island to South Beach. Now that train hasn't run in decades.
1953.
1953. He knows all the train history.
Well, as much as I can.
But this song, what it's really about, from Norm's own words, is that it's looking back on our past, on our history, and feeling almost sad that the old days are gone, to seeing things like the trains leave Staten Island, and such things as going to South Beach on Sundays, and things like that, leaving them in the past. You become almost resentful for the present because of it. In either case, North Shore Line by Norm Peterson. Well, it used to be crowded on the 844, but hard times have come, trains don't come here anymore. The tracks are torn up and the station's torn down. I'm looking for help, but there's no one around. There's a light in the distance where the crossbeams raid, but it's only a hobo on the old right-of-way. I thought for a moment and it gave me a thrill, but the headlights are gone and the whistles are still. All is forgotten on the North Shore Line, but people still live here with their dreams and fears, and the weeds grew high after all these years. All is forgotten on the North Shore Line. I used to sit out here on the old wicker seats, take a ride to South Beach and have something to eat. Rides were still running and the the water was clean. I've really been dreaming, if you know what I mean. All is forgotten on the North Shoreline, but people still live here with their dreams and fears, and the weeds grow high after all these years. All is forgotten on the North Shoreline. Well, I sit and I wonder at the days gone by, when the trains were still running in some distant July, and the family all crowded to the doors to get on. Now the family, the trains, and those summers are gone. All is forgotten on the North Shoreline, but people still live here with their dreams and fears, and the weeds grow high after all these years. All is forgotten on the North Shoreline, but people still live here with their dreams and fears, and the weeds grow high after all these years. All is forgotten on the North Shore.